record. All right, so let's get in on this. And so today, we are going to be talking about creating digital assets, and this is what I really specialize in. And so before we even start, I always tell people that they do have to do their research. And so the program that I use, there's multiple programs, but BookBolt is one of them. And so BookBolt is a program that not only does it do the back end spyware for you to do your research, but I just typed in their alphabet learning book, and what happens is it pulls up the top ranking items that are available, and then gives me all the keywords, and which is really amazing. I don't know if you guys can really see because it's so small here, but as it breaks down to niche categories. So I've talked about how to create coloring books, which is something that's easy to do. So as you can see, there's alphabet coloring one, so combine both coloring, alphabet, and Easter. So it's now really niched down into hyper niches to make it be able to rank easier. So there's lots of different things, as you can see, very similar, toddler trading, coloring book. And so the reason why these are great to create is because it's low content, meaning that it's minimal amount of work to create. I'm just gonna pull up this link here so you guys can, I'm going to paste this in the group chat just so you guys can use it. So I just put it in the group chat, this BookBolt, if you are interested in taking a look at how to use this. But they also have the, once you're ready, you can click create and actually create it all into this one platform to then be able to put it onto Amazon KDP. And so, I guess I should share that also. So Amazon KDP is a part of Amazon. And so what they do is when you list it on their website, so I'm going to just pull up their website here. And so what I did was I do have a KDP spy, which is a Chrome extension on here. So this is what I always do before I do anything. I always do my research. So I click the spy, and then I ask for the estimated sales just to see if there is something that people want to look. And so they have cut a few of these low content books, and so these are made within. So what I do is always check the year that it was published, because the estimated revenue of amount of sales is now accumulative of. So if this is started back in 2019, so in the last 5 years, it's made $17,000. So this is what I talk about, is about compounding in your time, because as you create this sits now for this person, and it's going to be generating sales on its own. They haven't had to do anything. It's generating sales on its own. I also try to look up here. See, you can see 2023. I want to find more recent ones to see what, what people are ranking, what people are seeing. But again, these are 10,000, 11,000, right? So this is a recent one last year. So large size magic. So these ones are, these ones are the wipe away ones. So we don't want anything that we need to wipe away. We want the print on demand ones. So what happens is, if I come onto here, I'm just going to log out here. So let's say that we don't want to do sponsored. So this one, these are all what you guys would be creating. And so let's say I wanted to buy this book. If I click this and I purchase it, Amazon will actually print it and ship it to the client. And then after they take their fee, you're going to get a percentage. And so for something like this, they would charge between, depending on how many pages you have, about $4 to $5 for this. And so what would happen is you earn about $1,000, or sorry, $1 to $2 on it. And so if you can imagine now, through the years, this is going to be accumulative, right? And so you can start now creating all these different types. And what happens is, now when you start generating a library of these, you're going to start earning a few $100s, $1,000. Like these ones were, I think when we, whoops, what was the numbers again? This was $8,000. Where's the 2023 we just saw here? So this one has earned in the last year $6,000. There's another one down here, 2023. This one's 7,500. So these are all things that, if you can think of, if you got 5, 10 of them going on, you can generate a lot of income and actually replace your own income once you get there. But what's really interesting is that once you create this on here, there's multiple platforms for you to sell on. So the other platform, I've shown this before, this is Etsy. And again, I have a back end analytics. I just put alphabet worksheet. So once you've created it on Amazon, you can actually turn around and resell it on Etsy. And so what's unique on here is that you can put it for a lot cheaper and turn around and the customer will print it themselves. And so as you can see, it's super unique is that people are paying to then do an instant download. So all you're doing is attaching the PDF or whatever version that you've saved this product as, and then they turn around and then they will print it and let their kids do these. And so here I have a different analytics program I use is called Everbee. And so here you can see, so this is amazing, is that this gives you monthly sales. So for me, this is actually quite exciting because what I want to be able to see is the monthly revenue. So we have here, these people are making $2,000, $3,000 a month. So this is why I feel that Etsy is a lot more exciting. And so you've already created on the back end, so you can sell it on Amazon, which is great, but you just start plugging in, and there's actually different platforms, not just Etsy. I'm just going to put on the group chat again the Etsy link if you want to give it a try. This link will give you 40 free listings, but Etsy has changed its policies that you do need to pay a $20 fee to start up your store, because they had a lot of stores that were popping up just spamming people and trying to scam people. And so now they're doing a weaning process, which is great. So it is a $20 to start, but it is worthwhile because as you can see, these numbers are phenomenal. And so, yes, Amazon is great. It sits there and it does its thing. But again, here on Etsy, you can see these numbers are really, really just high. And what do we want to look at? See, this one's only been 2-month-old book. And so they're selling it for $21. So now really think about, and they've only sold 157. So you have to really price things out. Maybe you don't want to sit there and create 5,000 pages. I don't blame you. But if you look at the how much it translates over, you've done that work. Maybe it takes you a week, 2 weeks to put together these pages. But once you've done that, it sits there month after month and it'll generate the revenue for you. So what I want to look at here actually is the total sales, because I want to see what's the highest. So this month, so I like these short ones. So 6-month-old custom name tracing. So actually I picked this one up earlier. So this is what the custom name tracing is. And all it is for a child to be able to practice their own name. And they've done it so they can customize it. So all they've done is create this front page. And so now when the customer types in their child's name, they will then they'll translate these, create these tracing pages for them that they can then turn around and print so their child can practice writing their name. And so we're going to analyze this listing. Again, we always want to go with statistics. So this one, monthly revenue on this is $2,600. And so the time it takes for them to take one of these and turn it into a digital format customized for their client is not very long. And they've done it for 6 months. So, they could have already made close to $10,000. And remember that this is digital assets. So there's nothing that you need to print or Etsy needs to print. And so Etsy just takes their own fee for credit card fee and their processing fee. Their listing fee is 20 cents, which you actually, with that link that I just shared, you get 40 free listings. And then they have tag words in here. And so all of these detailed things of how to get this listed, how to do these photos and all of these things, we do teach that on our back end. So anything that I've been showing you, a deep dive step-by-step is shown on the back end. But again, when you put these this work into it, again, you're compounding your time. So you can actually start earning a lot of money doing that. And so now we're going to look into something a little bit more detailed, is about leveraging AI. And so I don't know if you guys have seen, there's tons of ways of earning on Amazon. And one of them, of course, is children's books. I just want to make sure that I'm sharing this. You can see the share. So what I wanted to do, I put children books in here, and I want to see the top type of books. And so this children book here, I Love You to the Moon and Back. I'm sure some of you have already read that to your kids. But again, so this estimated revenue is $19,000 since it's first published in 2015. But there is this one, well, Pete the Cat doesn't count because it is actually a series, so people follow it. So they do have a fan base. But understand that once you start getting a fan base of things, you can actually start making quite a lot of money. So this one is really interesting, and I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't think of this earlier. So this year is actually the solar eclipse. And so it doesn't happen very often. So these people capitalized on this by calling it, talking about, explaining about what the solar eclipse is into a book form for children to understand. They published this last year, knowing that it was going to come up, and already it has generated close to 30,000 US on just this one little book. And so yes, if they could have they get a spike on it. And so when you click this, let's see if we can get this book to pull up. So when you look at this, it gives you a little bit more details. So there are 32 pages in this book. They tell you what age it's rated for. And so, you might all think, saying that you don't know how to do the artwork, don't know how to write the story, all of these things, you don't have to worry, because there is a AI that can do that. So today I'm going to be showing you Gemini. Gemini is run by Google. And so the reason why anything I have to do with Amazon or things that I sell, I try to use Gemini because it actually pulls from its Google search. And so anything that I would ask here, I asked for what are some ideas that would sell for, I wanted Amazon books. See, I wasn't very specific. So what you want to do is when you type into Gemini or any AI program, you have to be quite specific, because I would ask, what ideas could I sell on Amazon for ages 2 to 6, but I didn't tell it I wanted to be a book. So I went back and told it that I want books. So I want book ideas that will sell well on Amazon for children between 2 to 5. And so, anything to do with board books, we are not doing interactive, rhyming books, simple rhyming stories, and similar concepts are animals, colors, cars. And so also I took the two. I took a rhyming story with some sort of familiar experience. So it's all about, I was thinking more of like Mother's Day, love type book. And I thought, okay, animals. So I thought, okay, what would be cute? And so I put together something about a book idea for moms to read to their child. So here I pulled up some ideas, did my research. And so what I did was, okay, I wanted to do something about a squirrel. So here there's a squirrel's ever-growing love. So I pulled it. So I asked it to give me a short story book with rhyming sentences. And this is really quick. So I did this all within 30 minutes. From beginning to end, from the concept to the research. So it gave me this, and I thought it was a little bit too advanced for a 2 to 5-year-olds. So I asked it to be incorporate different seasons, because I wanted to have different seasons in the book. And then they created it, and then I asked it actually make the story easier so that a 2 to 5-year-old could understand. And then so again, it made it simplified. So it is a rhyming poem. It's simplified. It would have taken me hours to be able to even just come up with this. And so I can go through and tweak this a little bit more if I wanted to. And so from there, I was like, okay, now I can start creating my pages. So first I told Gemini, please generate, using the first paragraph, a watercolor style, because that's a color that the type of style I wanted to go with for this children's book. So it generated these 4 images for me. So I downloaded this one because I thought that would be one that would work. And so now I was like, okay, well, I actually wanted a little bit where the baby was a little bit smaller. So I asked it to generate another one. So there are other options that I can pick from. And then I said, based on now the second paragraph, it was about the springtime came and growing. And so I asked it about climbing the branches. So then it generated more photos for me. So as you can see, if I actually had to illustrate this myself, I would either have to hire somebody, or if I illustrated myself, I wouldn't be able to do it so quickly. So it gave me different options. And then I wanted it for the fall. And then I wanted one for the winter time. And then I was like, okay, so then there's some more wintertime ones. And I wanted one for the ending. Then I thought, okay, well, I needed a cover, but I still need to add more, because I'm thinking I needed about a 16-page book. But I'm going to go through this process. I wanted one where the squirrel was playing in the leaves. Oh, I forgot to download that one. So I'm going to download that. And so as you can see is all this program. So I've generated all these and I downloaded it all onto the back end of my computer here. And so now what I'm going to do is I actually jump over to Canva, which if you've been on my education overview, you know this is a program I use all the time. Oh, here, let me just type this into the chat, canva.com. And so this is something I use all the time. And so what I did was I created a blank book cover. And so this is where I started. I pulled up one of these AI generated ones that I wanted as a book cover. And I can also, what I could have done was I can actually ask the AI to generate into this format where it's rectangular instead of square. I didn't think of that earlier, so I can make some changes and I'll do some tweaks later on. What's really great about this is I can actually, change different colors, do whatever I want to get whatever type of feel that I want. I can create shadowing. I can go on top now and create my title. I can put whatever title that I want here, and then I can, effect, if I wanted it to be curled, so I can do a lot of these things on Canva, and it's really intuitive and really actually quite easy to do on Canva, which is why I love using this. You can change it so that it's different color, all that fun stuff, right? So we will not take too much time, but of course, however you're done, then then you can create all your different pages. So I've actually uploaded some of my other ones. So as my story goes, I can now copy and paste all of these photos that I've generated through AI and create my book. And so if I sat down and did this and concentrated, I probably can be able to get this book ready to go within an hour. And so once I have it, I can now put it on sale on Amazon. So this is where, again, it's something that if you take the time to do, again, you're compounding your time. So it's an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops work that I have to do. But once I have it, then it makes it quite easy. Oh, and I actually forgot for the to Amazon. So I'm so sorry, I jumped ahead. Is that for the template version? Remember we were showing about the making these pages. What makes it really easy is that you can actually, again, use Canva. So Canva I use quite a bit. And so let's say I wanted to generate something that is very similar to this. And so I just go into template. They have tons of different templates I can use. So the one thing about Canva is that you cannot use this directly page per page in order to resell. You have to make some sort of adjustment to it. So let's say for this is what I'm going to use. And so I'm going to customize this template. So this designer has already generated all the alphabets. And so when I can pull them all up when I look it up. And so what you want to do is, I can't use this exact thing. So what I might do is, because I want it to be for younger children, I can actually take these away because I know my little guy would find these actually really hard because the lines are too, the letters are too small. So I can take this. Oops. We have where's the square box? That's what the square box is. Let's just move that aside for now. Take this. Let's make this bigger. So as you can see, you can quite easily manipulate this to make it whatever size that you need it to be, right? You can make it smaller, bigger. So we can just do it only capital letters if we want. Move these around. Oh, where's that box? It disappeared. Let's create this box. Paste. Layer it to the back. So these, again, we show you step by step on how to do this on the back end through the education. So I know I'm going quite fast, but the reason why is because this is just an overview today. And of course, you want to change this. So let's say we're not going to use banana. Let's say we want it to be animal based. So let's do bear. So let's get rid of this and let's find a bear. So let's say we like this bear. Right, so you can do all these quite easily, as you can see. And once you've changed this now, you can now turn around, not only sell it on Amazon, but you can sell it on Etsy also. So again, when you guys do these type of things, if you're doing our courses, I say this all the time, is like you've created this to now start selling it everywhere. It's like if you are selling a type of t-shirt, you wouldn't just sell it to one store. You want to sell it to as many stores as possible to get this to as many people as possible. So you want to do the same thing. Oh, somebody wanted the link from Gemini. Actually, all you do is you can just go on to Google. Let me see what the actual, I'll just copy this. It is, if you even put on Google AI, it'll just show you. It is gemini.google.com. And so they have all these different things. You can even write JavaScript. You can do a whole bunch of things, open a scene for a novel. I'm actually creating a novel using AI also. And again, understand that AI is not going to do all the work for you. And that is where I want people to understand, like, if you really truly want to leverage AI, is it actually will cut down on the amount of time it'll take. So it will only take about 80 to 90, it'll do 80 to 90% of the work, but it does need that human touch to be able to tweak it, change it, because sometimes the verbiage is strange or it's not just quite right, and you do have to tweak it. And so this is where you can leverage AI. You can now create tons of different low content books now to be able to resell. So as you can see, there's tons of ideas going. There's coloring books that you can do. There's puzzles you can do. And again, you can actually use AI to generate a lot of this information to be able to resell and reprint. And so if you haven't gotten the education a package for yourself yet, if you want to really deep dive into this right away, I would suggest getting a minimum $500 package. Otherwise, if you have anything more, start going through the education. I know it's a lot of information, but I also do every Saturday, I do a live workshop on for those who have packages. So the links will actually get emailed to you. So if you sign up for a specific package, you'll get different emails with live workshops where I take everybody step by step. I'm also going to be creating a Facebook group for those who are already having a package, which I will email everybody the link so that we can do live trainings there and workshops also that I can save and put on there also so people can go back and access. So if anybody has any questions, you can ask now. Otherwise, is everybody good? All right. Well then. Thank you so much. So we will see you all soon, and hopefully you can start really tapping into education and start earning multiple streams of income. We will see you all soon and have a great week. Bye.
Bye, Jenny. See you. Have a good
Bye,
day.
Nello.
Bye.